Look at you. It's pathetic. You are a different person depending on who is in the room. When you are speaking English with other non-native speakers, Italians, Japanese, Brazilians, you are fine. You are the boss. You feel equal. You communicate effectively. But the second a real, native speaker walks in, someone with an American, British, or Australian passport, you crumble. Your IQ drops 20 points. You forget basic vocabulary. Your accent gets worse because your throat tightens up with fear. You turn into a frightened child waiting to be scolded by a teacher. Why do you do this? I'm Tom, and welcome back to English Adventure. Today, we are tackling the native speaker pedestal. You have built an altar in your mind and placed the native speaker on top of it as a perfect god of communication. And as long as they are up on that pedestal, you will always be looking up at them from the gutter of inferiority. Today, we are going to smash that pedestal. We are going to stop worshiping them and start treating them as equals. Part 1. The diagnosis, the ownership myth. Where does this deep sense of inferiority come from? It comes from a subconscious belief that native speakers own the English language. You feel like you are a guest in their house. You are borrowing their toys. And because it's theirs, they have the ultimate authority to judge how you use it. You feel like a fraud who is about to be exposed by the rightful owner. This is garbage. Nobody owns English. It is a global utility. It is the operating system of international business and science. It belongs to the people who use it to get things done. A native speaker didn't earn their language. They just happened to be born in a specific hospital in Ohio or Manchester. That's not an achievement. It's a geographical accident. You, on the other hand, earned your English. You studied for years. You sweated for it. Stop acting like a trespasser on their property. You paid your dues. You have a right to be here. Part 2. The hard truth: natives are horrible communicators. The biggest reason you put natives on a pedestal is that you assume they are perfect communicators. You assume that because they are native, everything they say is clear, correct, and articulate. Let me let you in on a dirty little secret. Most native speakers are terrible communicators. Just because someone can speak fast without thinking doesn't mean they are good at transferring information. They are lazy. They mumble, slur their words, and swallow consonants because their brains are on autopilot. They are messy. Their grammar is often terrible in casual speech. They interrupt themselves, change sentences halfway through, and use filler words constantly. They lack linguistic empathy. A monolingual native speaker has zero understanding of what it's like to learn a language. They have no idea how to grade their language down to be understood by non-natives. They just blast you with 100% speed and slang and blame you if you don't get it. You are comparing your imperfect performance to their idealized perfection. Stop it. They aren't perfect. They are just messy in a different way than you are. Part 3. The psychology, the judge versus colleague frame. When you talk to another non-native, you view them as a colleague. You are on the same team, trying to solve a problem using a shared tool, English. If a mistake happens, you work together to fix it. The goal is communication. When you talk to a native, you view them as a judge. You think their primary role in the conversation is to evaluate your grammar and pronunciation. The goal shifts from communication to not looking stupid. This framework exists only in your head. Brad from New York doesn't care about your prepositions. He cares about whether the project is going to be late. He is too busy thinking about his own lunch, or his own boss yelling at him, to sit there and analyze your verb tenses. You are suffering from the spotlight effect. You think you are the center of their attention. You are. You need to reframe the interaction. They are not examiners. They are collaborators who need your information. Part 4. Tactical protocol number 1: the reverse judgment drill. How do we knock them off the pedestal? We reverse the dynamic. Right now, all your mental energy is focused on them judging you. For the next month, whenever you are listening to a native speaker, I want you to actively, silently judge them. Look for their flaws. Look for the cracks in their perfection. Mental monologue. Wow, he really mumbles when he says or sounds. Mental monologue. She speaks way too fast. That's poor communication skills. Mental monologue. He just used a massive amount of slang in a formal meeting. That's unprofessional. Mental monologue. He interrupted Sarah 3 times. How rude. Why do this? Not to be mean, but to humanize them. To realize they are fallible, imperfect communicators just like everyone else. When you start seeing their flaws, the pedestal begins to crumble. Part 5. Tactical Protocol Number 2. The Expertise Anchor. Remembering your value. Why are you in the room with them? Unless you are applying for a job as an English news anchor, you are not there because of your English grammar. You are there because you are an engineer, or a financial analyst, or a marketing expert, or a negotiator. Your value is your domain expertise, not your conjugations. When the native speaker walks in, and you feel the panic rising, you need to grab onto your expertise anchor. Mentally remind yourself, my English might be B2, but my engineering knowledge is C2. They need what I know. Shift your focus away from the medium, language, and onto the message, your expertise. When you are confident in what you are saying, you worry less about how you are saying it. Lead with your expertise. Let your English just be the delivery truck for your valuable ideas. Part 6. Tactical Protocol Number 3. The Permission to Clarify. Reframe. The ultimate manifestation of fear is pretending you understand when you don't, because you are terrified of asking a native speaker to repeat themselves. You think asking for clarification makes you look stupid. Reframing time. Asking for clarification doesn't make you look stupid. It makes them realize they are being unclear. When a native speaker is mumbling at 200 miles per hour using obscure slang, and you say, "Sorry, could you slow down and rephrase that simply, please?" You aren't admitting defeat. You are taking control of the communication channel. You are telling them, your transmission is faulty. Fix it so we can do business. It is a power move, not a weakness. The professional insists on clarity. The frightened fan pretends to understand. The final challenge. Listen to me. You have worked too hard to let an inferiority complex hold you back now. Stop being a fan. Stop looking for their autograph. Stop acting like they are doing you a favor by speaking to you. They are not gods. They are just people using a tool that they got for free at birth. You had to work for yours. Be proud of that work. The next time a native speaker walks into the room, I want you to physically square your shoulders, look them in the eye, and treat them exactly the same way you treat Hans from Germany. Knock over the pedestal. If you are ready to stop worshiping native speakers and start standing tall as their equal, hit the like button. Subscribe to English Adventure. Step up. I'm Tom. Own the room.